This is USVI News, your Virgin Islands connection.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us for USVI News. I'm Emily Matson. Virgin Islands police are asking for your help as they investigate a deadly pedestrian accident in St. Thomas. It happened Thursday around 4:45 in the afternoon in the area of the Niski Shopping Center. Police say a 62-year-old man was crossing the road when a blue 2012 GMC Sierra pickup truck hit him and kept going. Emergency crews rushed the victim to the hospital where he died from his injuries. His identity is being withheld pending notification of all of his family members. Anyone with any information is asked to call the VIPD Traffic Investigation Bureau. Their number is 340-774-2211. Police are also investigating a shooting incident in Anna's Fancy on St. Thomas back on Tuesday, just before midnight. 911 got calls for a shooting to Rosa's Bar in Anna's Fancy. A private vehicle took the 35-year-old male gunshot victim to the hospital. The victim told police he was leaving the bar when an unknown black male, described as a slim man, 6 feet tall with a white t-shirt covering his face, pulled out a gun and shot at him. The victim then pulled his own licensed firearm and returned fire. The victim suffered a gunshot wound to his shoulder, and police say he was in stable condition. Anybody with information on this crime is also asked to call police. We end the week with an increase in COVID-19 cases in all districts of the Virgin Islands. Currently, there are 189 cases throughout the territory. Positive case counts have risen over the week, especially since the VI Department of Health confirmed the highly contagious Delta variant has been confirmed in the Virgin Islands. There are currently 51 active cases in St. Croix, 132 in St. Thomas, and now 6 cases on St. John. Most of these cases are among unvaccinated individuals. And with the Delta variant and breakthrough coronavirus cases on the rise, the White House is announcing a massive investment to combat COVID-19 and vaccine hesitancy. Meanwhile, the CDC is weighing booster shots and mask wearing while local governments determine their own rules based on community infection rates. Here's the very latest from Washington.
With the powerful Delta variant driving up new COVID cases, hospitalizations, and deaths, the White House is surging $1.6 billion in COVID relief money to high-risk areas for more testing, contact tracing, and vaccination support.
If you are vaccinated, you have over a 98% chance of never catching the virus at all.
3 states with lower vaccination rates, Florida, Texas, and Missouri, now account for 40% of the country's new cases. One Kansas hospital stretched thin, forced to turn away transfer patients.
We're kind of at a tipping point. Yeah, we're past the tipping point. We're in trouble.
The CDC is weighing possible booster shots for those with compromised immune systems after hearing evidence on breakthrough infections among the fully vaccinated. Though the agency says more than 97% of patients hospitalized and nearly 100% of those who've died are unvaccinated. The CDC so far not changing its mask guidance, still urging them specifically for the unvaccinated.
If you're vaccinated, you have exceptional levels of protection from that vaccine, and you may choose to add an extra layer of protection by putting on your mask, and that's a very individual choice.
But in hotspots, some local leaders are pushing for a return to masks. Mayors in New Orleans and Philadelphia now recommending them for everyone indoors.
And again, of course, as you know, those mask mandates remain in effect here in the Virgin Islands. Under pressure to slow the spread, President Biden says he's in close contact with his COVID experts on all developments, but is leaving recommendations on mask rules up to them. As we continue our way through this pandemic and travel restrictions are different all throughout the Caribbean, here's a quick glance at what protocols some other Caribbean islands require if you plan to travel there. In the Bahamas, currently a negative COVID-19 test is required for entry, with exemptions for those who are fully vaccinated, and no quarantine measures are in place. In Curacao, if you're looking to travel there, no testing or quarantine is required for entry. In Barbados, COVID testing and quarantine requirements are in place. And as for the Turks and Caicos, if you plan to travel to the British Overseas Territories, you will need a negative COVID test, and quarantining is also required. There's a new exhibit at the VI Children's Museum on St. Thomas, and it's inspired by one of the most popular fruits in the territory. Our USVI News' Ali Bourne-Vanek brings us the details about what has kids so super excited.
I'm here at the VI Children's Museum, where it is a jam-packed with adults, children, kids, family. Everyone's having an amazing time checking out the new mango exhibit.
We felt it was very necessary for the children of the Virgin Islands to not only have something that was fun and educational, but actually was an indication of their culture. So hence mangoes instead of, something random. It actually ties it back into the Virgin Islands. And so they can actually not only play with the mango exhibit, but then go outside and pick real mangoes, and it ties all into the education.
What does it feel like when you watch these kids just enjoy this exhibit?
That's a great question. It feels amazing, and it's funny because you realize that there are so many things you're going to do and no one's going to see what went on behind the scenes, but it doesn't matter as long as the children can enjoy it.
Totally.
It's worth it to watch these children climb up the cherry picker and pick mangoes. It's amazing. And especially since it's mango season.
Yes.
This is like full circle right now. This is amazing.
I love it. It's like you see them and you see their smiles and you hear them laughing and giggling.
Yes. And I wonder if they wish it was real mangoes.
Oh, well, of course.
We do have some real mangoes here, so pick one up before you leave.
Oh, don't have to tell me twice. Can you please share some details about your fantastic exhibit? The kids are loving this.
Yeah, I wanted to do something that was really involved with nature. I thought it was going to be such an awesome idea to include all these little creatures within the mural so that kids could have these local fauna and flora to point out. Of course, it had to be super colorful and everything, and I just love it, and I'm glad that other people love it, and it came out so great, and yeah, so huge and beautiful, and when everything came all together, just like everything clicked.
I definitely wanted to thank the Alpine Securities team. This has been, before I started, this was already a year in the making. So now it's been 2 years, and we finally got to see the mango farm come to fruition. All pun intended in that one.
In St. Thomas, Ali Bourne-Vanek, USVI News.
Oh, gotta love mangoes, one of my favorite fruits. And we have a reminder about this weekend's big back-to-school drive this Saturday at Fort Christian parking lot. It's a chance for parents to get their kids a bunch of free school supplies and have some fun, too. Here's a couple of pictures of the back-to-school drive, which was held last weekend on St. Croix. The Maternal Child Health Division from the VI Department of Health distributed more than 800 backpacks with free school supplies. And this Saturday, they're doing it again on St. Thomas. The event is going to be from 11 o'clock in the morning to 2 o'clock in the afternoon at Fort Christian parking lot. Children will have to be with their parents to receive a backpack and catch all the action, too.
This Saturday, we'll be having a drive-through back-to-school event where the MCH division will be distributing backpacks filled with school supplies. We'll have books, pencils, pens, erasers, crayons. We're also throwing in a nice back-to-school t-shirt for the children. We'll also have many characters. We'll have clowns. We'll also have a magician on hand. We'll have music, and we also have free ice cream that we'll be distributing. It will be an amazing, amazing day.
Sounds like it most certainly will. Again, that's from 11 to 2 p.m. at the Fort Christian parking lot in St. Thomas. UNESCO is scheduled to vote soon on whether to officially label the Great Barrier Reef as in danger. Australia is lobbying hard against the move, which could threaten the site's World Heritage status. The reef spans nearly 133,000 square miles off Australia's northeastern coast. Of course, much like our reefs here in the Virgin Islands, it is home to hundreds of species of fish and corals. Natural disasters and climate change have severely impacted the reef, including widespread coral bleaching. UNESCO said in a recent report that despite Australia's work to improve the reef's situation, there is no doubt it is facing danger. Out of 1,100 properties on the World Heritage list, only 53 are currently rated in danger.